So it's almost the end. Premiere is in a couple of hours. We've spent a long day here in the theater, and it's almost the end of more than a month that I've spent here in Krakow working with the Krakowski Dance Theater. It's been a great month, very intensive. We're working daily, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, from morning till late evening. It's been great. The dancers were most generous, talented, open-minded, open-hearted, and we've really had a great time together. Working with dancers is working with people. I can't say that there's a real difference or a significant difference between working with dancers in Poland or working with dancers in Israel or anywhere else I go. There's always differences because you're dealing with body language and you're dealing with bodily habits. And these are things that are always different. This is what makes us unique. This is what makes us different from each other. Of course, the body remembers. The body knows things of our past, of our history, of our cultural history that we sometimes don't recognize, and as an outsider, I can recognize these things sometimes, but I think I'm more interested in the differences between people, in the subtleties, in the little things that make us different from each other, than into trying and put these things into boxes and saying, you know, Israeli dancers or Israeli culture is this and that. We are many different things. It's always a question of perspective and of what we choose to look at. Having that said, experience of working here was a great one. People were very generous, the dancers were very generous, very open-minded, and I had a great time and a lot of inspiration I will take with me from this journey. Piece is very challenging. It deals with topics that are not always easy to digest. It speaks of immigration, but you know, everyone speaks of immigration. I think the idea was to speak of cultural immigration. And what do I mean by cultural immigration? You move out, you immigrate to a new place, and you take the culture that has been your culture with you to this new place that is not always accepting, that is not always understanding. And basically, that's the story of the world, that's the story of civilization, and that's what we're dealing with in the world today. And thinking about culture in these terms and thinking about acceptance, and also exposing the emotional baggage, the emotional value that we take with us to distant lands, to other countries, is what the piece deals with. Personally, for me, this has been the experience of my life for the past decade almost, of traveling and touring and creating for other companies and bringing my ideas, bringing my own heritage into different environments, meeting different people, working with other dancers than my own, and sometimes the questions of communication become what the piece is about. And I think here, this is a great deal of what has happened. We are dealing with communication, we are dealing with the similarities and differences between people, between us, me as a choreographer coming from Israel, the dancers coming from different parts of Poland but nesting here in Krakow for this project, for their work with the dance company, for their work with me. So this is what the piece became to be, that distant and those similarities.